Check TCGCastle.com and get 5% discount on your first purchase with TCG Center 5 code. You can also trade your Pokemon bulk for a new Sun. How's it going, guys? Once again, welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video, we'll be looking at the deck in standard format. So today's video is about Mega Latios-EX and the Decidueye-GX. Very interesting deck to play with it. If you watched my previous video with the Latios-EX and CGI, you probably know how good that deck was. But today I'm gonna try to play with the Mega Latios and the CGI, simply because with the Mega Latios we can strike for 120 any of our opponent Pokemons in play with Sonic Case. In order to do that, we need to discard 2 energies attached to the Mega Latios, but also Mega Latios will have free retreat, which is amazing, and 220 HP, not easy to knock out. And on the other side with the Feather Arrows, theoretically with 3 Feather Arrows we can add 6 more damage counters to our opponent Pokemons in play, which means that we can go with Sonic Case and Feather Arrow combination for like 180, that's insane. And also with the Hollow Hunt GX we can simply grab any 3 Pokemons from any 3 cards actually from our discard pile back into our hand, which is in my opinion very strong. So 18 Pokemons, 35 trainer cards and 7 energies. I'm running 4-3 line of the Latios and Mega Latios, 3 line of the Decidueye-GX, and 2 copies of Shaymin-EX for the setup. If you don't worry too much about Giratina, you can simply... If you don't worry too much about Giratina, of course, you can simply, and Glaceons, for example, you can remove maybe one of these cards like a Hex Maniac or Pokémon Ranger, but any of these 2 cards are pretty good. In addition to it, maybe 1 more Rowlet and 1 more Forest of the Giant Plant. But I highly recommend to have both of these cards because on one side, Pokemon Ranger can be good against Glaceon and Giratina. On the other side, Hex Maniac can also be good against Giratina simply because we can attack with Mega Latios in case if our opponent actually have Giratina on the bench. So I'm running also 2 copies of Level Ball, so I can search my deck for Rowlet Dartrix line. I'm running also 2 copies of Timer Balls, so if I flip hands I can search my deck for any evolution Pokemon, which means I can grab myself Dartrix, CGIs and Mega Latios. And I'm also running 4 Ultra Balls, so I can simply discard some resources from my hand like supporter cards, and I can search my deck for any Pokemon, even Shaymin for the setup. 1 copy of Mega Turbo Sweet Spot simply because you don't need more than 1. You really want to have more space for other cards, and with 1 Mega Turbo you can actually have that double dragon energy from your hand, Mega Turbo, and you're ready to go with Sonic Case for 120. 1 copy of Revitalizer, you know, just in case if we are forced to discard some of the CGI family line, so we can simply grab them back. But also with the Hollow Hunt GX we can have any of these cards played 1 more time simply because we can use them again from discard pile back to our hand. Special Charge is a very important piece of puzzle here. Even 2 copies of Special Charge wouldn't be that bad, but since I didn't have space for more than 1, I just decided to go with the 1. And then the other side, I also had a Hollow Hunt, so don't need to worry too much about my resources in my discard pile. 2 copies of Trainers Mails, you know, at least, so we can have that Trainers Mail maybe in some cases for supporter card, or maybe for Ultra Ball, Level Ball, V-Seeker, whatever we need. 3 copies of V-Seekers, no 4 V-Seekers, no 4 Trainers Mails. Unfortunately, that's the reason, because we have 2 different evolution Pokemons and really need to have that consistency. But also 3 V-Seekers are more than enough, because we're not looking forward to use V-Seeker for Lysandre. I mean, Lysandre is optional here because we can simply snipe our opponent benched Pokemons with the Sonic Ace. 3 copies of Forest of Giant Plants, simply because we really want to have that Dartrix as fast as we can. 1 copy of Hex Maniac, it can shut down Giratina, Regangement Pulse, or whatever the ability is called, so we can attack that Giratina EX with our Mega Latios, but we can also stop those annoying John Water Shurikens and any other abilities in play, like Irritating Pollen and others. 1 copy of Lysandre. As I mentioned, it's pretty much not that important in this build, simply because we can snipe our opponent benched Pokemons, but it can be good, for example, to Lysandre your opponent, let's say Tauros, with 3 retreat cost and Fighting Fury Belt, so he don't have 3 energies, he will need to pay 3 energies in order to retreat, where on the other side we can simply snipe with our Sonic Ace, he is bench. That's the reason why Lysandre is good. But of course, you need to have at least one Lysandre in your deck, no doubt about it. 3 copies of M. A very interesting tech right here is a Ninja Boy. Why Ninja Boy in the world, you should probably ask yourself. Simply because we really want to have access to the Ninja Boy to switch those Shaymins for something like Latios or Rowlet. And later in the game we can Ultra Ball again for Shaymin for the setup, but most importantly we can simply remove the threat for 2 prize cards from our bench. 1 copy of Olympia, simply because you never know what can happen, and you never know when you can find yourself in the situation that you have the Decidueye with 2 retreat cost in the active position and you can't switch. That's the reason why Olympia makes a lot of sense. You can even just go with 2 copies of Float Stones, but trust me, sometimes you might find yourself in a situation that you're affected with a special condition like sleep, confused, or paralyzed, and you really want to escape from that. And with the Olympia you can do that without too many problems. 1 copy of Pokémon Ranger, mentioned it earlier, against those Glacians, Regis, against Giratina, of course, Chaos Wheel, simply because with the Chaos Wheel we're not going to be able to attach those double dragon energies from hand. 4 copies of Professor Sycamore, discard hand, drop 7 cards. 1 copy of Float Stone, optional here just to have it for that Decidueye because it have to retreat cost and I really don't want to pay to retreat cost. They even can't pay to retreat cost without attaching 2 grass energies, which is very expensive. 3 copies of Latios Spirit Link, 7 energies in total. 4 of them are double dragon energies and 3 of them are just regular basic grass energies. If you're looking for any of these cards, you can find them on TCGcastle.com. TCG Center 5 code will actually give you the 5% discount on your first purchase, so make sure to check the video description for more information. Same as if you're looking to trade your old bulk for the upcoming Sun, Moon, Guardian Racing booster box, you can also do that at TCGcastle.com. Everything you need to know is in my video description. You can find the links that will actually direct you to the store, so make sure to check that. It's pretty cool and it's available worldwide. So let's do some game tests so you can actually see this Mega Latios in play, so see you in the game. Alright, so let's do this.
Okay.
I'm starting first, which is very important. Unfortunately, by going first for your opponent, this might not be good. But for you, it's definitely very important because you can attack with the fast rate for like a 40 and you can maybe spread a couple feeder arrows without too many problems. Key to success to use fast rate, of course, it's necessary to have 1 double dragon energy in your hand, because without double dragon energy, just with the grass energy, you can't attack with the fast rate. So let's see, Forest of the Giant Plant. There is a Dartrix already for me. I'm gonna first go with my Trainers Mail just to see what I can find. Latios Spirit Link, which is just amazing top deck. And after that, of course, I'm gonna play my Timer Ball. 1 hands on the coin flip will allows me to search my deck for the CGI, but unfortunately that's not gonna happen. There is the CGI, so speaking about the CGI, if I can find somehow my double dragon energy, my opponent Eevee is gonna be knocked out without too many problems at my turn 1, which is just amazing. So 1 Shaymin-EX here with the Ultra Ball. There we go, so let's see if we can find that very important piece of puzzle, which is a double dragon energy. Yes, we can. So that's gonna be feeder arrow, 2 damage counters to my opponent Eevee. And after that I'm gonna use my fast rate for 40, which means I'm gonna take first prize at my turn 1, and there we go. So 5 more prize for me to go. Since I have 2 Mega Latios and the Decidueye-GX sitting in my hand, somehow I'm thinking about just, you know, using that maybe VS Seeker for the Lysandre, or maybe even just grabbing the VS Seeker for the M. So just 1 Darkness Energy from my opponent, definitely not the best start for him. I'm gonna use my Ultra Ball here, there we go. So I can set up 1 more Rowlet on my bench. After that, of course, I'm gonna put my Mega Latios in play. And this is just gonna be 1 VS Seeker for, you know what, let it be Professor Sycamore, to be honest. I don't have energy, so Mega Turbo right now, not a big deal. I might get myself, as we can see right here, that Dartrix. So Timer Ball this time, maybe for 1 head, so okay, I'm happy. It's gonna be second Decidueye-GX for me, and right now I can go for like 180 if I'm not wrong. Trainers Mail for 1 Level Ball, of course, grab that. So this is going to be 1 Level Ball for 1 more Rowlet. I'm going to put it down to my bench. So I can attach my Grass Energy. Time to use 2 times Feather Arrow onto my opponent Yveltal. There we go. So 2 Feather Arrows. That's 100 and that's 40, and Sonic Ace can go for 120 down to his Yveltal on the bench, which means I'm short for like a 10. I'm short for like a 10, which is not a big deal, especially because next turn I can just attack with my Decidueye Feather Arrow and knocks out his Yveltal EX, which is going to be a big deal. So there is 1 hard attack for like a 70. Let's see what is going to be the top deck for me. Professor Sycamore, that's gorgeous. First, of course, I'm going to use my Feather Arrow and put 2 damage counters to his Yveltal on the bench, so I can draw 2 more prize cards, very important, Forest of Giant Plants and another V Seeker. So I'm going to play after that 1 Ultra Ball, which is going to be for Forest and N. And of course, I need to get myself second attacker here, no doubt about it. How many double dragon energies I have? More than enough. Going for that second attacker here, playing my Latios Spirit Link, playing my Sycamore for 7, there we go. There is a Dartrix, and more importantly, there is also Revitalizer, which is giving me the opportunity to get myself 1 more Decidueye-GX in play. So this is completely disaster for my opponent, I can definitely say something like that. I'm gonna use a couple Feather Arrows here, and of course he's gonna be able to knock out with his Mad Bull GX next turn my Mega Latios, which is not a big deal, especially because I have 3 Feather Arrows, which is gonna be 6 damage counters, and is gonna be more than enough for the knockout against his Mad Bull GX and Tauros, and I'm also gonna get myself 2 more prize cards, which means I'm gonna go down to 1. But I think this game is over. I think this is pretty much GG. So there is 1 Meowth. If you're wondering why, you can just use Stall and discard energy. So 490 damage counters to my Mega Latios. And I think it really doesn't matter which Pokemon is going to be promoted in the active position, just because of the fact that I can use Feather Arrows here. So I'm going to use 3 copies of Feather Arrows, which is going to be enough for the knockout against his Tauros. I'm also going to grab 2 prize cards here, Mega Latios and Special Charge. There we go. So time to use my Mega Latios. Time to play that Special Charge to reshuffle back some of my energies. Then I'm going to play my Ultra Ball. There we go, so Ultra Ball. But the problem is that I don't have that one important piece of puzzle, which is Mega Turbo, so I'm just going to attach my energy to my Decidueye, but he decided to concede. So it was pretty fast victory here, no doubt about it, so let's just try to play one more game. Alright, so I won the point flip, which means I'm gonna start first. So let's see if there's gonna be Latios-EX in my opening hand. Yes, it's gonna be. Alright, so I'm looking forward to set on my bench second Latios. I have double Dragon Energy, which means first turn I'm gonna be able to go for like a 40. More importantly, I also have, 70. Okay, Slowpoke is 70 HP Pokemon, which means I'm gonna need 2 Feather Arrows here for the Dunk. I'm not sure if that's gonna happen. Let's see, Professor Sycamore for 7. Spirit Link, and that's just it. Well, okay, at least I can strike with a fast rate for like a 40. That's gonna be it. 4 damage counters to that Slowpoke. Not sure what else my opponent will have, but I'm definitely not happy with the cards in my hand. At least I can have that double Dragon Energy available next turn in my hand for that Mega Latios, which means I'm going to be able to go for the knockout of one of my opponent Pokemons on the bench in the worst case scenario, but I also have that. Okay. Okay. Lycanroc GX. That's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be damn interesting to watch that Lycanroc in action with those crushing hammers and energy removals. So I know what I need to do here. I'm gonna just play my Mega Latios, attach that Double Dragon Energy, and after that I'm gonna play my Sycamore or M. That's interesting. I'm gonna play Sycamore for 7. I don't care about the CGI in my Discord pile, it's not a big deal. There we go, so there is a timer ball. So one Hex will bring my CGI in play. Alright, so that means the second one is actually prized. 1 feather arrow and 2 damage counters to my opponent's Slowpoke in the active position. Trainers Mail for just another Spirit Link, which is not bad at all. And after that, I'm gonna strike for like 120 down to his Rockruff, definitely. He's a bigger threat right now than that Slowking. For sure. Oh, there we go, the CGI. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. I mean, next turn I can simply retreat for free down to the CGI, and I can use that Hollow Hunt GX, which means I can grab myself Level Ball, Timer Ball, and one more card. Oh, there is okay, Team Flare Grunt and Lycanroc GX. Unfortunately, he needs 2 energies for that crunch, and there's a VA Seeker for, let's see, probably another Team Flare Grunt. Okay, which means my opponent don't have nothing else in his hand. Speaking about how he don't have nothing in his hand, right now it's definitely time to use that feather arrow to knock out his Slowpoke and to get some of the resources from the Discord pile into my hand with the Hollow Hunt. So I'm gonna grab myself, I have the CGI. I'm gonna grab the CGI, I'm gonna grab a Level Ball, I'm gonna grab Special Charge, and I'm gonna grab a Timer Ball, makes sense, or maybe Ultra Ball better. Nah, it's gonna be Revitalizer. It's gonna be Revitalizer. Nah, it's not gonna be Revitalizer, I don't need it. I'm gonna Ultra Ball for Latios on the top deck card for the Shaymin. I'm gonna try to set up somehow that the CGI. So I think about maybe Timer Ball. Jeez, I'm not 100% positive what to take. I need that CGI. I need that third CGI. Let it be Revitalizer. We shall see what I'm gonna do after that. I simply need more the CGIs. As many the CGIs I can have, that's gonna be more important. So we shall see. There is a Fighting Fury Belt. I don't know why Fighting Fury Belt attached to the Lycanroc, because it's evolution Pokemon. But okay. Let's see what else he can do. Just pass the turn. Alright, so he just passes the turn. I'm gonna Level Ball for another Rowlet. So this is gonna be second Decidueye-GX in play. After that, of course, it's time to use that Special Charge. After that, I'm gonna play my Ultra Ball, and you can guess what? Latios and Forest of Giant Plants are gonna be discarded for Shaymin. I'm looking forward to see if I have Olympia. I have both Olympia and the Float Stone. Do I have Grass Energy available? I have. So that's gonna be energy attachment and one Shaymin-EX for 5. So let's see what we can get with Shaymin. Float Stone would be nice. Olympia is also nice. Level Ball is also nice. So this is gonna be Dartrix, and it's gonna be one more CGI for me. No doubt about it. So I have 3 CGIs in play. I have 6 damage counters available, which means I can go with my feeder arrow to my opponent Rockruff on the bench. Of course, I'm gonna do that. There we go. So for the next turn, I can have like 160 damage counters, which is still not gonna be enough for the knockout against his Lycanroc, but hey, I can go for like 160. Well, that's not bad at all. I'm done for now. I'm not gonna attach, I can't attach actually energy, so Crunch can go for like a 30 and it can discard energy from my active Pokemon. So there's a Lysandre, and probably there's gonna be Shaymin for 6. Oh, no way. Okay, I still have Mega Turbo. I don't need to worry too much. You can just discard energy without flipping the coin. That's pretty bad. That actually hurts a lot. But hey, it's okay. I mean, I have my feeder arrows, and I can simply snipe that Shaymin at the bench. As long as I have my feeder arrows, I can simply snipe my opponent, Shaymin, and with 3 feeder arrows, I'm gonna go for like a 60. And third after that, I'm gonna go for like a knockout, which means that I will still need just that Mega Turbo for the knockout against his Slowpoke or Slowking on the bench. Right now, he can go for 200 with that Lycanfang GX, but in order to do that, he's gonna need to discard 2 energies. But he have available knockout. And of course, I let him to have that knockout simply because I want to have space on my bench for that Shaymin and for that extra draw support. Oh, look at this. Look at the top deck. Dreaming top deck, it's a Mega Turbo, so I'm gonna go for the knockout against Shaymin, no doubt about it. So, there we go, Shaymin is knocked out. The only thing that I actually need right now is gonna be that energy card. So, first I'm gonna play my Timer Ball. Then I'm gonna play my Ultra Ball. And I have 2 different options here to do. The first one is simply to play my Mega Turbo and attach my grass energy to my bench at Latios and pass my turn, or I can simply end my opponent. He have available maybe Lysandre. Let's just take the risk. Maybe we can get that double dragon energy for the victory. This is amazing. This is pure magic. I mean, that's the reason why I like to play this game, because I like to take a gamble a lot of time, and yeah, I mean 120 knockup down to his Slowpoke on the bench. Well, that was brilliant. I mean, and down to 1, and all I really need was just double dragon energy, and I managed to get one, and I can't describe how happy I am. So that's the GG, my friends. That's the 2 games in a row, 2 victories. I don't know what else I need to say about this deck. Just copy this and paste in your game and try to play with it, because it's a magical deck, and it's better than Magical Symphony actually. That Mega Dino have. I kind of like it. I mean, you have so many different options where you can spread damage counters around the board, and plus that Mega Latios can simply snipe your opponent, bench Pokemons for like 120. That's just amazing. I mean, you can go for 180 to any Pokemon in play as long as you have 3 Decidueye-GX in play, and that's just ridiculous. So once again, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos. If you enjoyed watching it, let me know what you also think about this deck in the comments below. So we'll definitely see you in the next video. Stay tuned for more upcoming videos. So have a nice day, and